Hey, Charles. You doing good? Good deal. Well, let's see if we get some more people in here. I think some people are streaming, and I think I've got a few people that just run into too many summer conflicts. So we'll see what happens here. Hey, Brandon.
Hey,
How's it going?
good. How are you?
Good. I'm okay. Sorry about last week again, but I'm good to go for tomorrow. So
Perfect.
get
Yeah.
to hear some stuff. You got some stuff ready?
Yeah, I finished the Finger Sonata.
Oh,
I
cool.
started brushing up on some excerpts for auditions, I guess.
Cool, cool, cool.
Orchestra and whatnot.
Yeah. Did Mr. Blaney send out an email to everybody about what he's looking at for
Um,
orchestra and stuff like chamber music, or if he's going to do full
Honestly,
orchestra?
I wouldn't. I don't think I would know if he did because I don't have a UL email yet.
Right. That's
So
probably the problem. Okay, I'll see if I can get it from somebody else. I think he may have sent it, but he didn't
okay,
send it to me.
yeah,
Um, and then I'll forward it to you.
perfect. Yeah, that works.
um, I don't think there's anything in there. I mean, so far it seems like we're kind of like, well, we're gonna try to have school, and then maybe in 3 weeks we'll shut it down.
Yeah.
So, welcome to grad school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. It's probably
Yeah.
ways to save money while in grad school by not actually being in
Being
school.
yes.
Yeah. I spent a lot of money on beer that I probably wouldn't spend if I was social distancing.
That's true.
Oh well. Well, it may just be you and Charlie today. I had a few people. I think there's maybe two people streaming that are gonna try to stream, and then a few other people had conflicts. Summer's kind of taken over here, I think, and
Gotcha.
so I'll wait. I'll wait another minute here, but then I'll let you know kind of what we're planning. But you can probably kind of see that we're gonna wind things down, nice and neat. Put a tiny little bow on them right here. Oh boy. Charles, you have a lesson tomorrow as well, right? Yes. Good. Are you ready for that lesson? Yes. Nods head silently. I love it. I should do all lessons like this. All questions are yes or no. Can you play E flat major? No. Okay. All right. So we'll go ahead and get rolling here. All right. So, as you probably could tell from my PowerPoint there, what's going to happen here is I'm not going to do a recital next week. I just ended up with not enough people able to attend. I think basically it would be you guys plus one. So that's okay. We're just going to go to plan B, which is no studio class next week. And we'll just kind of simplify our lives a little bit that way. So, so both of you have lessons tomorrow, and so I'll see you both then. And then Charles, you'll have a lesson next week on Thursday, and then that'll be your last lesson for the summer. And we'll start chatting about fall lessons. So I'm going to basically take August off. I have to do a little traveling and some stuff like that, and then I'll also be getting school started up. And then for the private lessons, Charles, and for those of you who are taking private lessons, I'll get those fired back up in September. So if you're interested in doing that, let me know, and we'll find either an afternoon time after school or a weekend time that we can meet. And I would say at this point, 100% we're going to be on Zoom. Things are just not great in Acadiana. And so we're not going to contribute by trying to have in-person lessons or any chamber ensembles, probably. Sorry. So that's where we're at. So that's just a little bit of heads up on that. I think what I'm going to start with is I'm going to do a little bit of playing. I've been working on this this duet that's in the style of tailgating, kind of New Orleans bluesy style stuff. So I'm going to play that for you guys. And then if either one of you have something that you would like to play today, I hadn't planned it this way. The two people that I had lined up for today just couldn't make it. So if either one of you would like to play, that'd be great. Otherwise, we'll probably just call it. So it's kind of up to you. Think about if you got something that you'd like to just get a little bit different perspective on today or not. So I'm going to start with this, this NOLA Blues. Like I said, it's a duet, so I'm just playing the tenor part. And I just started working on it, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's in okay shape here. All right. I'm going to move my camera a little bit. All right. So this is a composition by Dave Worden. It's maybe 1998, 1999. And I love what he says here. He says, slow, hot, humid, nasty blues. So we'll see if I can do that. I've learned a lot more about that since I first got this piece of music. Yeah. All right. Kind of fun. Uh, had a couple problems with my mute. What are you gonna do? So that's actually from a pretty sweet collection. I don't know, Brandon, have you ever seen these? Eight Southern jazz duets? No. Okay, I've seen it. Okay, yeah, they're cool. I've been messing around with these for years, probably since like 2000. Well, I should probably stop talking about when I know these were published. Well, it couldn't have been 2000 because these weren't published until '05. But probably since about 2005, I've been messing around with these, and then they're pretty interesting. And I didn't know anything about this area of the country, but there's actually like a couple of Cajun music themed duets and a couple Zydeco. Yeah, they're really not Zydeco, but they're kind of takeaways from Zydeco and Zydeco rhythmic ideas. And then a couple of New Orleans jazzy tailgating sorts of things. So kind of cool if you're looking for something different. And I think they're hard. He definitely pushes the boundaries of sight reading. So that's kind of fun. So do either of you have something you'd like to play today?
Sure. I can play.
Okay, you don't have to. No pressure.
Give me a second to get set up.
Yeah, sure. I hear you. Let me. I'll vamp for a while. You do your thing.
Will do.
All right. So Charles, Brandon's gonna play. I don't know if I've actually introduced Brandon to you, Charles. So I'll go ahead and kind of give you like the informal introduction. So Brandon just finished his undergrad degree in trombone performance at Southeastern University, and now he's coming up here to start a master's in performance. So kind of the way it works, we haven't talked much about this, but typically if you want to go into performance, if you want to get a gig playing with the symphony, playing with big bands, getting union jobs, stuff like that, kind of the next step after you do your undergraduate education is to get a master's in music. It's a performance degree. So it's a little bit like going to a conservatory. You're really just focusing on playing the trombone, learning about the trombone, learning music theory, that sort of stuff. It's not like college where you're doing the undergraduate general education courses and stuff like that. So it's a little bit more on the conservatory side. And the way we do it at UL is it's even a little less academic than some programs. So there's not a whole lot of writing. I think Brandon will end up having to write a very short thesis on why the trombone is awesome, basically. And and that's it. So anyway, just a quick little kind of piece of information there for Charles to know what you do. What are you going to play, Brandon?
I'm gonna do the second movement of the finger.
Oh, cool. Great. So you got your alto. All right. Well, take it away.
Okay, I got a new mic, so just let me know if it sounds off.
Okay. So far your speaking sounds great.
Some?
Just a little bit of clipping.
Yeah, I can.
So I don't know if you. What kind of mic did you get?
An Audio Technica AT2020.
Oh,
And I got a
nice.
new interface with it too.
Sweet. I would love to see if you want to maybe tomorrow, if we can hang on a little longer beyond your lesson. I'd love to see what you got because I've been. If I'm going to do this all the time, I might as well get something I like. And I've been
That's what
looking
I
at,
figured.
yeah, I've been looking at that setup, or at least I've been looking at that mic and
Yeah,
trying to get a different interface. So yeah, I'd be interested.
yeah. I've been playing with it. I feel it's pretty good.
Cool.
So
Cool.
we can speak more.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice. Sounds good, man. I'm gonna probably keep most of my comments to a minimum just since we're meeting tomorrow. But maybe one thing you could do before then is take a look at your Zoom settings because I think it's canceling out some of your echo,
Okay.
or I don't know. It's messing a little bit with your volume, and so sometimes we can hear you really well, and sometimes it kind of compressed it. So
Okay.
that was just that one minor comment, but that's not a big deal. We can work on that tomorrow. But
Yeah.
I think overall the mic sounds good. It's a nice interface.
Cool.
Um, so cool. I think you're really starting to get kind of the style and the idea of this. I
Okay.
think tomorrow when we meet, probably the big thing that we'll chat about is just your efficiency while you're doing it. There's a few places where I think you're just working too hard just to get a sound,
Yeah. Okay.
and I think that comes from a couple things. I mean, we talk about this a couple different ways, but one of the things is you're used to playing on. You've got a Yamaha Zeno, right?
Yeah.
Right, for tenor. So that instrument is a little bit heavier. It's got a thicker bell. The throat, the material in the throat of the bell is much thicker than in that alto trombone, and so what you're used to having to do is to really work to get the color you want out of the
Hmm.
horn, and that's okay. I mean, it depends on the player and what you like, but the
Yeah.
alto that you've got is really different. You don't actually have to work that hard to get brilliant, kind of bright, colorful ideas from it. So that's just one thing to kind of be thinking about is like, how can I reduce the amount of work I'm doing so that I'm not having to kind of fight the horn in a way. And so I
Yeah.
think that might help just a bit, just to start thinking about. We can talk more about it tomorrow. Um, in terms, just to kind of help, since we've got Charles here, I maybe I haven't actually introduced Charles either, but Charles just finished sixth grade and he's going into seventh grade. I assume, right? Did you finish? I'm kidding you. I'm messing with you now. Yeah. So he's heading into seventh grade. He just got a valve trombone, but I doubt he's actually seen an alto trombone much, at least. Maybe he's seen it from you, but would you mind just grabbing it and showing it to him? This is how we get people hooked into trombone. We're like, check this out. It's a little mini trombone.
It's very. I'll probably put it in the entire frame here.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's pretty funny, isn't it? So it's got a little valve. He's got a little trill valve on it, but it's just a much smaller. It's an E flat instead of B flat, so there's that much less tubing on it. So yeah, thanks. That's kind of fun. And I don't know, when did you start learning the alto trombone, Brandon?
February of this year.
Oh, it's new. Hey, you sound good, man.
Very new.
Yeah. So it's not usually something that we do until you're pretty deep into your undergrad career. You're not. Most people aren't going to have to play this a whole lot ever before that. Maybe just college. It's pretty rare that you'd have to do something like that with. Well, certainly not with band in high school or something. So anyway, pretty cool. Charles, do you have any comments for Brandon?
No, I think I agree with what you said, but there's just some maybe technique stuff that could be worked on, but Zoom was acting really funky, so.
Yeah, I kind of messed with some of the sound things, but yeah. Okay, cool. Charles, do you want to play the guitar today?
I'm good.
Okay, all right. I'll leave you alone. So, yeah, Brandon, we'll talk through some of that stuff. But I mean, in terms of like figuring out the positions, figuring out the intonation patterns of the alto, understanding how your articulation has to line up on a different horn with a smaller mouthpiece, all that stuff's really like it's going forward. Just a couple little questions to ask you since we're on the topic. Do you feel like your high range is getting better on the tenor now that you're working on alto quite a bit?
Yes.
Okay,
Just,
good.
Just be able to pick out those notes up top, just because you have it in your ear, so it's a little bit easier now.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's really good. Sometimes it's kind of weird going back and forth between different mouthpieces and stuff. I can't remember what you're playing on, but it just seems like you've got a lot of comfort, which is kind of the main thing. It's like you can sight read on any instrument, but it doesn't matter until you sound comfortable. Yeah, so of course, that's good. That's good. And then just one other question about the alto trombone and kind of the transfer for you. What other things on alto are you working on right now?
Excerpts and scales and excerpts.
Yes, scales. When you're working on scales, kind of what's your range that you're working through? Like, are you just doing like a one octave through the middle into the upper register, or are you kind of doing like entire range scales?
I do the full range scales right now, since I'm still trying to learn the positions for everything and kind of where everything is. So it's more helpful to do it that way, I feel, over just kind of being lazy with it.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. Cool. All right. Well, cool. I think that'll do it for today. So I really appreciate the two of you joining me for the session here in Zoom. And then, as always, I know that we had a few people join us on the stream, and I appreciate that as well. It's good to have everybody. So this will be our last summer lesson studio class for the semester. No recital next week. And I'll be sending out an email with that information just to remind everyone. But that simplifies things just a little bit. Of course, I'll be completing lessons this week. So the two of you both have lessons on Thursday, tomorrow, and then I'll be giving lessons next week as well. And then we'll be taking a little break. But for anyone who's interested in taking lessons in the fall as a private student, drop me an email and we'll start setting that stuff up as we've got a better idea of what that'll look like. And for those of you who I don't see in the fall, it's been great working with you over the summer. And thanks for experimenting with me on this Zoom platform. I feel more comfortable than I once did, and I appreciate the opportunity to kind of try some things and experiment a little bit. So thanks very much to everybody. Brandon, thanks for playing today. I appreciate it. It's good to hear you. And we'll see everyone soon, as in tomorrow. All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.